of Africa. So, and that's not easy to do with a lot of attention that's been in the media, as you may be aware. So I just want us to have fun tomorrow, enjoy the day, and show the fantastic continent that we have. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Fiorentano. Thank you. I'd now like to call upon the Miss Africa for 2015, Miss Christiana Tea, to come and talk to us about her experiences as Miss Africa and also as the Youth Ambassador for the African Communities Council.
Hey, Christiana. Okay.
Good evening. Hi, my name is Christiana. I represent Liberia, and well, as I was introduced as Miss Africa 2015. This year has been, well, last year really, it was a great year. The Miss Africa competition has really helped me see the potential of Africa. It has taught me about my culture, other cultures with the other contestants, through our dance, our culture, our food, our traditional wear. And it has really taught me just things we have and things we can celebrate and commemorate. I'm also here today to tell you about ways we can encourage the youth in our community, as I am also youth. So I just have thought of a few things we can do to help and encourage our youth. So the first thing I thought of was by influencing us, the youth of South Australia, the African youth of South Australia, through our surroundings and through social media. As you know, social media is a big part of the world today, and so I thought by commemorating and celebrating our culture on social media, such as the African Festival and such as Miss Africa on social media, the youth of South Australia can see what we have to offer as a continent and as each country and what they have to represent. I also thought of other ways we can encourage our youth through events such as Miss Africa and the African Festival. We really need to teach the youth how to get involved, and so I believe that things like Miss Africa create a great opportunity for something like that, something to help the youth get involved, to teach them about their culture, something they can be very proud of, and something they can commemorate. And so I would love to see a lot more of this, a lot more good influencing, and a lot more better usage of the media as a platform to help the youth in South Australia. I would also love to encourage everyone in this room today to teach the young, including myself and my brothers and sisters, about what a beautiful place Africa is. For example, today at my school we had African Day. So we had Ethiopian food for lunch, we had Nigerian food, Nigerian music playing over the PA, and I was in charge of the music, and I loved how people came up to me asking about the African food, asking about the music, asking what language this music was in, asking what injera bread was. And I was just so proud of that, and I was so excited to tell them about it, because I have taken these influences from all around me. And so I was in that aspect able to tell them about music, able to tell them about Nigerian music, able to tell them about Ethiopian food. And that was something I was very proud of.
Wow, so good. I will go.
Miss Africa will be running again this year. It will be on November 12th. So I urge everyone in this room to please come down and support the contestants, support Africa really. So please come down. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Christiana. A round of applause once again for Miss Africa 2015. And like she said, if you're interested in come and see the new Miss Africa, please make sure put that on your diary. It's the 12th of November, and I'd really, really love to see you all there. Right now, I'd also like to introduce another great ambassador for our youth. She's done an absolutely fantastic job just showcasing what us young Africans are capable of. She appeared on Q&A, which I was really proud to see. She's a fantastic poet and writer. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Manal Yunus.
Colour me in, says my own voice from the canvas covered in strokes of pencil that outline my face, my reflection. Somehow empty, I'm questioning the importance of complexion. When the white canvas speaks to me, says the colours on my palette cannot capture my complexity, so colour me wise. Until holding my gaze means staring into many lives, until I know so much that I have too much to ask, and I can smile through trials because I have every confidence they will pass. Colour me kind, so I can give until I'm left with nothing but outlines of memories, hands that may be empty but a heart that is free. Colour me strong, so hulks and rocks become caricatures of what strength really means. Colour me in compassion, so I don't need to see the horror stories to believe that I am blessed with the less distressing tests, so every step I take can be down steps that I have not yet celebrated or wept for, leaving space for other faces to be elevated, faces that those higher spaces should be kept for. Colour me conscious, so that I may see what others may not, never be oblivious to my actions' costs, and when you reach the lines, don't stop. Colour me an aura that's unmistakable, irrepressible, incontestable, countering the darkness within me, the arrogance that chills me, ego that kills me. Colour me in humility. Colour me in such ways that primary, secondary and tertiary colours combined cannot compare to my vibrancy. Until these colours seep through my pores and saturate me in a sanctity. So when I'm defined by the colour of my skin, I'm defined by all the colours that I've been. Colour me in. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's an honour to be here. I'd also like to acknowledge that we stand on Ghana land, and I'd like to acknowledge all of the distinguished guests that we have, and His Excellency Governor Hugh Van Lee. I mean, that was poetry. Oh my goodness, I thought that you were trying to steal my thunder or something, but I'm glad you stopped and you did. No. So I'm just going to share a couple of poems with you tonight. None of them are actually about Africa, just mainly because I like to think that simply because this poetry is written by an African, it makes it African poetry, and that expands our horizons. Yeah. I'd also like to let you know about something that we do in the poetry scene, because this kind of poetry, spoken word, is very interactive. We like to have you click in if you feel something. So if there's a run of words or something you really agree with, click away. Also feel free to make noise if you're feeling something. Just go if you like it, alright? This next piece is pretty new. I'm still not sure if it's complete, but it's one that I've been feeling lately. I hope that you enjoy it. They tell me my profile is like my father's. The chiseled nose and jaw holding stories from the city in the clouds to the home of ancient remnants and colonial covenants. We are generations raised on crimson dust between highlands and Red Sea, but it seems that now all we have are memories. It's here for every time an auntie asks, "Do you remember me?" And I say, "No." For every time I remind my baby sister where she's from and she says, "So?" For every phone call that starts with "Oui, effeki," and I say, "No, I didn't lose touch," when really I lost touch. And a conversation that ends with "Aitatitfi," and I say, "Don't worry, I won't lose touch," when really I probably will. Not because I want to, but because I'm at a loss for words. They get stuck in my throat and I refuse to leave my tongue, and instead come out in tears. When I think about all those years that I could have captured in my own hands and relieved before each conversation, then maybe we would actually have something to talk about. The moments are few, but so precious, like sitting on the floor of an Addis home with my grandmother weaving lacha like I weave between cultures and countries, presence and absence. She taught me to craft my own mashrafat as I would my life, with patience, precision and the wit of a woman. I learned from her to wear my crown. Crowns of cloth passed down from mother to mother in varying colours. Cloth that once was just cloth now holds truths. Strings cut, love costs cloth that represents roads and rivers that run west of red waters. Lives lost crossing borders because those amongst us fought us, made killers of our sons and daughters, as they taught us that there's no justice here, just us and power hoarders. But we are not short of heroes. Our heroes wore Congo, brushed teeth with soft wood, took shoes off when they entered the home. They did not look like Victorian Red Cross recipients. They were not knighted, but unappreciated. They worked 4 to 12, 6 to 2, worked while we slept. And they were better than the suits and ties because we saw their double lives. So when they tell me my profile is like my father's, I say that that is a blessing. Thank you. Not sure what's up with my throat today. I'm just going to end with one more poem, and I hope I see you all at the festival tomorrow, and I'd like to thank the committee and Flora and Stephen for welcoming me here tonight. Yeah, that's all. Oh, Flora is also telling me to let you know that we actually run a poetry night, Flora and I and another team, called Soul Lounge, and it's on the next one's on the Thursday the 29th of September, but usually it's on the last Friday of every month, so come along. Flora does some poetry. Flora hosts it, so you don't want to miss that. No, not yet. I'm not done. Alright. I miss the simplicity of positivity. Dancing once elated me until every stage my toes tapped to seemed to decree deeper, darker pages. This rage ringing relentlessly, I couldn't balance the beauty and bereft. I couldn't work out the steps, tripping on my pirouettes, though no regrets. Now I let revelry replace my destructive mindsets, so can we just dance? Like leaves fallen on the road, sweeping swiftly down streets, round corners to new episodes, can we speak through our movement like a private code? Reviving lost languages, we light and latent listen like learning is life's love. We could salsa to the whistling wind, only soil beneath the soles of our steady steps, serene, but not sedated, content, but not complacent, forgiving ferociously, but cautiously. Won't you forgive me? For I am bound to step on your toes, to let emotions flow and treat you terribly when overwhelmed with woes, and we both know how it goes.
Wow.
We might have to dance slow, somber, clinging closely to memories of cool caress from those we let go, praying we let them know that we let love show shades of hope and not just shadows. As the sky does beautiful things above the ocean, we could dance toward the sunlight, toes wet with warm waves moving effortlessly, and when we're heavy, we can cry crystal tears to sweet songs sung by bright birds. On those dismal days we'll dance until the pain fades, until the rain drops dripping drop on dry terrain and the barren becomes fertile again. Though towers may always tower over us and greatness may always be waiting over the next cusp, it may remain something that we just cannot. The greatness may always be waiting over the next cusp. It may remain something that we just cannot harness. Can we dance regardless? With the backdrop of vivid visions of victory, can we fall victim to adventure, doubting our doubts until they're too doubtful to doubt us, fostering long-forgotten feelings of freedom manifest in our queendom where our anthems are peace, prayer, and poetry.
Wow.
So can we? Thank you.
Wow.
I want to applause one more time for now doing this, everyone.
Very well done.
I'd now like to take this opportunity to welcome the Honourable Zoe Bedison. Just say a few words, so please, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as she comes to the stage.
evening, everyone. Your Excellency,
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Wonderful to have you here.
You want to stop it?
Complete honour. As always, your commitment
'Cause I'm not getting
to our
this, I'm not
multicultural
getting this
community continues,
Yes.
and we really appreciate that. To the patron, Judge Rosulio, fantastic, and Mabok, thank you for your warm welcome. But friends, I look around the room. Many of you know that it is an absolute joy of mine to be the Minister for Multicultural Affairs. Every weekend, I go around the world, but I stay in Adelaide. But I have to tell you that tomorrow, the Unmasked Festival holds a special place in my heart. As you were introduced earlier to my husband, I said to him during our very long engagement, we have this great festival. We bring all the African communities together in the middle of our city and we celebrate.
Right,
we celebrate
beauty.
We celebrate music. We celebrate fashion. And the food is really, really good too. Look, I just want to thank the many volunteers, Reagan and your team. I know that events like the Unmasked Festival just don't happen without your dedication and your support. And as the Minister for Multicultural Affairs, I'm delighted to contribute the $20,000 every year from the government. Tomorrow will be the 15th African Unmasked. 15 years and going strong. It might be a little bit wet, but I think we can break through that. Most importantly to me, as we invite all the African communities together, is for us to extend the invitation to our neighbours to come along and celebrate as well.
Oh shit.
One of the key things about South Australia is our multicultural community, and it's our diversity here that is our strength.
Yeah, that's fine.
But we welcome people. So I encourage you tonight, go home, knock on your neighbour's door, maybe tomorrow, and invite them to come along tomorrow to Victoria Square. Thank you for inviting me to here today, and I'll see you tomorrow as well. Cheers.
Thank you so much, Honourable Zoe Benison. Now it's time for some dance music. I'm going to clear the floor and call the Liberian Cultural Dance Group for a dance performance.